right now, the man who helped us get Cooper Flagg, Mavericks legend Rolando Blackman. Good afternoon, sir.
It is a good afternoon. I wish I was feeling better. I'm feeling kind of down now. Just a terrible virus or something happening. But I tell you what, the draft is going to be something special. That'll make anybody feel good coming on up for sure next week.
See,
that's Mr. Positive right there. I love
that. I love that. Now, I'm curious your nerves in general or your nerves on the stage, because I know when we watched you playing for the Mavs, it didn't seem like you ever had any nerves. But how are you feeling up there on the stage, especially when it got to the last four?
No, it wasn't. Something I don't usually have nerves, anything like that. Especially when I have time to prepare in anticipation of understanding what I'm going up against. So there's no time for nerves. There's just time for thought and thinking. But when there are lottery balls, I'm looking at the stage and I'm going to myself, well, I'm gonna try to bring a hard, fantastic, positive spirit to this whole thing. That we're going to be number one. We're going to be number one. We're going to be number one. And that's what I was thinking the whole time, as far as that's concerned. And I'll tell you what, when we got to that number four, all of a sudden the top four, I was looking at those guys like, man, we are going to be number one. And they kept calling all the way down to, and the second pick goes to San Antonio. That means the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, my God. My brain was busting. I was so happy for our franchise, for our fans. I was feeling so good for the renewal program, the program now where we can all be happy again and to move forward on a regular basis. 25, 26, let's go.
Do you, because we've gotten a lot of feedback from fans, and I'm sure you've heard it for a long time, or at least the last several months. Do you think a lot of fans will be able to kind of have that sense of renewal? It's like, hey, I still miss Luka. I love Luka, but now we got new team, new season, Cooper Flagg, let's go.
Well, it's sports, and it's an open opportunity to being able now to have a renewal, to being able to move forward on what is done has been done. Now, the important factor is that, we haven't seen Nico's dream come through yet, simply because everybody got busted away. Everybody was unhealthy last year and wasn't able to put the team together. So we'll see exactly what happens in another year or two to see if he was right or if he was wrong. But the idea is to come at this whole thing with enthusiasm of building a team, which I know Nico did that in the idea of building the team and helping the team move forward. It's just, when you trade away as someone who's internal to everybody's spirit, everyone's favorite son, that makes it very, very difficult to move forward. But hopefully with this opportunity, we'll get a chance to, he'll get a chance, as well as the rest of the coaching staff, get a chance to rebuild and to move forward and to see if we can build a winning team to being able to move forward. Everybody's still going to miss Luka, but hopefully that'll subside as time goes on.
You mentioned it. Do you think that most of the people within the organization know the vision that he wants and that can be pulled off?
Well, the thing about it is that they know it now, and the important factor is that, they have the team that has that kind of vision. That's why they made all those moves, to being able to have an offensive and defensive team, guys that could put the ball in the hole and guys that could defend the position, which is very, very important, because as you'll be watching the league now and you're watching all over the place, they're going at all the star players that not necessarily have a defensive quotient to them. So like you'll watch them going up against Brunson, you'll see them going up against a lot of players now who can't hold a position, and therefore they're the breakdown. And so you just have to go with the philosophy of what needs to get done. But Nico's idea of having an offense and a defensive balance, we'll see if that comes through as far as that's concerned. But I tell you what, in truth and in harmony, it's very, very difficult as far, of course, to being able to talk about moving away from a son who was born here at 18 and is an international superstar in what he can do. But he can do that on the offensive end. Now we'll see if we can't see what Nico's dream is on the defensive end and put both of them together. But that's yet to be seen. So we'll have to see what we can do with this draft to make that happen for our Maverick fans.
Now, the report is that the Mavericks, with that number one overall pick that you were there for, will be going with Cooper Flagg. I'm curious, have you met him? Did you get a chance to talk to him while you were up there? And what are your thoughts on him as a player in general?
No, I didn't get a chance to meet him. Our president, Rick Welch, got a chance to talk to him and have a chance to see him. But I've seen him play. I've seen him play over 14, 15 times during this year. as far as that's concerned. And I think he's a tremendous player. The important factor is that he's a different player than what Luka would be, because Luka is the surefire scoring phenom in putting that ball in the hole against anybody. One-on-one, he cannot be guarded, period. That's all there is to say, period. Now, the other side is that this guy is a Swiss Army knife. Now, he's going to be able to play defense, offense. He's going to be able to put the ball in the hole, guards are another person's best offensive player, that kind of a thing, too. More of a I forgot a guy by the name of, used to play in Utah, called Andrei Kirilenko. I think as time goes on, we'll be able to go back to that name and see how he was a Russian player who could play all the positions and do those types of things. I don't think he's going to be as explosive as Luka on the offensive end, but we'll have to wait and see how that all boils down to as to what his value is and where he's implemented as far as the team is concerned. But he's going to have to be on the floor. He's going to have to play.
Now, we're talking with Rolando Blackman, as if you didn't know, right here on 105.3 The Fan. I'm curious how invested you are in the Knicks in the playoffs. They've gone a long time without winning a title. Obviously, you were part of the team that got as close as possible. Have you been invested in the Knicks playoff run?
I haven't been invested at all, not even a nickel out of a dollar. So the important factor with that is I'm here in New York. I'm here in Dallas.
Get them!
I'm here in Dallas, and I want those guys to do well and to come through. This is a team. This is the place that I helped build. Going out to Athens, Texas, Waxahachie, running all around different places, sending out pamphlets and brochures, and making sure that they knew a new team was here and a new opportunity was here, and help build this whole thing. So I want to see the Mavs win and the Mavs continue to flow forward to another championship in that era. So the important factor is I've been watching all the playoffs, but I haven't been invested in anything except for what the Mavs do. So I'm hopeful that 25-26 can be something very special where all the fans and I can come back in and really have a chance to watch a team format into something special. That's what I want, and that's the truth.
I'm with you.
I love that answer. I really do. Now, I hope you enjoy this story. I asked Chris Arnold if he thought you would think it's funny, and he said, yeah, go for it. So our former co-host, Mike Bassick, Major League pitcher, now broadcasting for the Rangers, he told us a story years and years ago when he was playing in Major League Baseball that him and all of his teammates went to a strip club. An adult dance club. And this one lady was trying to convince him to get a dance, and she said, I'm from Panama. And Mike's response was, did you know that Rolando Blackman was also from Panama? And he said at that moment, the dancer looked at him and decided it was time to move on to somebody else.
How interesting that is, because I was hoping the story would be something. I was hoping the story would be something more valuable than that. Just like anything else, sometimes we have the low point of the show, and we can all move on to know that the important factor with Mike. I hope that the next dancer fulfilled his wishes, and the last part of that is that I'm glad that everybody knows that I wasn't the one at the damn dance club.
That's true.
That's true. Very true.
What's all important is that the hoop time is here for our Mavs fans. We're hoping and wishing and know that Nico and the rest of the group knows that this is a great opportunity for us to fulfill the dreams and wishes of our fans, our area here, the Dallas Mavericks. So it's great to have this finite point of just a super time now to have everybody enthusiastic, as I am also. So let's keep it that way and move forward and stay focused on what we got to be able to accomplish, because we got to wait till Kyrie gets back in February, March, maybe March. He'll be back as far as the team is concerned, and then have the opportunity to really go and fill the positions that we need, like a point guard, and having the opportunity to bring in a great player. It could be Flagg, but we'll see what they do. But the important thing is to be able to move this team forward and get our fans back into an enthusiastic level.
Yeah, that defensive front part of it, I know regarding point guard for this season is important until Kyrie gets back. Do you have an idea of what you would like to see from that position, aside from their defensive part? More distributor, high scorer? What are you wanting from the point guard that could step in there?
Well, the point guard has to have a duality. In today's game, you have to have a duality. You cannot be throwing players out there that are stubs. can't do that. The person has to be able to have an opportunity to put the ball in the hole from outside. And it doesn't have to be from three, but they have to be able to shoot the basketball, and they have to be able to penetrate and distribute and have some stewardship in them. So I don't know how many more point guards there are in the league in that realm, but we've got to get some experience and all those things too, because that's where Lively comes alive. That's where Gafford becomes alive. That's where now you have an opportunity for Washington, who can play the game and lead, can do his job. Najee Marshall now can catch the basketball with a great rotation and penetrate and put himself in a place to being able to do a great job in that too. Young Christie can have an opportunity to have more open shots without putting the ball on the floor and aid in his development, and really have the opportunity for our team to be successful from someone with a heady thought process and knowing what to do, not learning on the job at the point guard position, because that's disaster. And as the time goes on, you got to have somebody that knows what's happening. And with that, we'll have a team to move forward, as well as having a new young player. Hopefully it'll be Flagg, but we'll see what they do down there. But we've got to level up on the experience. Now, you see the Western Conference, how tough it is. You see that. And then when you go up against an Eastern Conference team, they'll be the most ready team at the end. But to go through the Western Conference gauntlet, you have got to come ready. You cannot be over there putting your ingredients in the soup and tasting it. You got to know exactly how much the ingredients are and be able to put it together for something that's going to come out just the way you want it.
The last thing I want to mention, since you talked about helping spread the word about the Mavericks being here and being new to town, we've had multiple people mention that they went to your basketball camp every year or every other year and said, thank you for helping build this city.
The best camps in town when I was running them, for sure. You know, it's just, and I say that humbly, but I'm just telling you the truth, period.
Yep.
The important factor with it is that it was a time when I was going through my all-star times, running around, working out hard in the mornings, and getting up at 5 and doing my thing, and then coming to the camp at 8 o'clock, meeting all the parents as they came in with their kids, spending all day with the kids all through, and then staying after to be with the parents as they picked them up. It wasn't a star camp. It was a camp of having an opportunity to ingrain myself inside of the Dallas fabric and letting those kids know exactly how to make it. Because remember, I got cut in the 7th grade. I got cut in the 8th grade. I got cut in the 9th grade. I made the 10th grade JV team. Then the JV team moved up to my junior year, and then my senior year. But by my senior year, I was top 5 in New York City. So please understand that there's a journey for everything that you want to attain. The important factor is to have focus. The important factor is to have the implementation of what your fire is inside, and to know and understand that it's going to take time, but never quit.
And thank you so much. You're always great on our show. We really appreciate it. And thanks for getting us the number 1 pick as well.
Hey, listen, I was happy to be there and happy to be part of the Luck format and happy to help bring it to Dallas. And it's just a great situation now. Now let's go Mavs.